I'm Dr. Kamal Khalid, and in my series of The Untold Stories of Haram, today's topic is Anarkali. Yes, Anarkali. And I have done lots of research about this topic, and I've again given many talks about this particular segment of history. Uh, but at this forum, I will be giving the most detailed review of what I found during my extremely intense research. Uh, Anarkali, a very interesting topic, and a lot has been written about it, talked about it. But I have my own findings that I'll share with you. The world is full of love stories, and when it comes to the city of Lahore, um, there is no dearth to it. And Mughals added many elements to it. And one, of course, the element is the relationship of the Mughals that they had with the females. If you look at it, Babur's respect for his mother, uh, the love of Humayun for Hamida Banu Begum, and then Akbar's huge reverence for his non Muslim wives, and Jahangir, Noor Jahan, Shah Jahan, Mumtaz Mahal, and then Bahadur Shah Zafar and Zeenat Mahal and Maharaja Ranjit Singh and Mora Sarkar. So we have this land had many stories to tell. But when we talk about these stories, many movies, dramas, and songs are made out of all these stories. But they all have some evidence lying somewhere where we can identify that this thing happened, although in the movies it has been exaggerated. But one story, and that is of Anarkali, which it is there, but it is not there. So there is lots of mystery evolved in this, enveloped in this whole saga. And the tomb of Anarkali is situated in the western corner of the city, which is a very concrete evidence that there was something which has been associated to this girl whose name was Anarkali. Common belief is that basically it was a love triangle between Akbar, Jahangir, and this concubine, Anarkali, and who was presented to Akbar and became his favorite nautch girl. And she was given the title of Anarkali due to her fair complexion. And then the heir apparent, Salim, who later becomes Jahangir, he falls in love with her, and Akbar did not like it, so he had the girl bricked in the wall, and she died. But Salim's life was spared, and later on, when Salim became the king and got the title of Jahangir, he had a tomb constructed in 1611 that is been named after Anarkali, and people say it was in the loving memory of his beloved, whom he lost in a very tragic manner. One of the first person to present it as a fiction was Munshi Muhammaduddin Falk, who converted it into a novel in 1899 that was taken up by a Bengali writer, and he presented this story in the form of a theatre play, and it became very popular. The last in a line of these authors were the world famous Urdu literature writers Sayyid Imtiaz Ali Taj, who wrote the drama Anarkali in 1922, that was published in 1930. And this play became immensely popular, and it was very well appreciated by the public. Interestingly, Sayyid Imtiaz Ali Taj is the same person who wrote the character, who created the character of Chacha Chakkan. And the title page of this 1922 written Anarkali story was the title of the book was designed by the famous painter of subcontinent Abdul Rahman Chugtai. So that was another honor given to this publication. But this was an extremely popular, story, and there were many stage plays made out of it. And there were many very famous movies made out of it, in which there was one Anarkali in India, the other one was in Lahore, and of course the world famous Mughal Azam. But unfortunately, not a single local historical evidence that we come across about the existence of a woman named Anarkali. The first ever mention of this girl was made an East India Company employee, William Finch, and that was later on taken up by Edward Terry and Thomas Herbert. So these are the three European writers who wrote about Anarkali, but the first one, William Finch, was, and all these accounts were published in the book titled Early Travels in India, Edward Terry and Other European Travelers of the Mughal Era, 1583 to 1619. This was edited by William Foster and it was published by the Oxford University Press in 1921. That was the book which published the narratives given by these three Europeans in one place. The French historian Alain Desolliers, who was also an expert on Urdu literature, he wrote a research paper, Historical Fiction and Style in the Case of Anarkali. He wrote this article, which was very interesting, and some say that he traced the origin of this narrative that has been given in different forums. And Sayyid Imtiaz Ali Taj also got inspired from this particular research paper, and he had the book written by the title of Anarkali. Now, let's go back in history and see who was William Finch. William Finch was basically an employee of East India Company who came to India looking for indigo trade, and he landed at Surat on 24th August 1608. He reached Agra on the 14th April 1610 and traveled through Lahore in 1611. He kept a large journal with him in which he was writing his memoirs, and from it we learn that he reached Lahore on 4th February 1611 and left on the 18th August 1611. In his write up, he gave lots of details about the fort and some other monuments that were around the fort or within the city. And he also talked about some of the monuments which were under construction at that time period. And then within that context, he wrote, I have converted his old English into the new one so that it'll be easier for my audience to understand it. So William Finch wrote, I quote him, after passing Shakarganj is a big monument of one of Akbar's wives, Prince Daniel's mother, called Imak Kali of Pomegranate Canal, who was involved with Salim. Akbar found out and he have her bricked alive in one of his mahal. Jahangir, in token of his love, constructed an impressive tomb in the middle of a garden with sumptuous rooms over it, embellished with gold and precious stones. He also says that, I quote, the tomb is so large that it can host a complete European style household. So these were the few lines written by him. And when he mentioned that a complete European household can reside in that building, this thing came true, but after a few centuries, and I'll be talking about it in one of my very near episodes, that who lived in that tomb. So gave to this gave birth to all the stories and all the speculations associated to the woman who was named Anarkali. And most of the writers believe that this event took place in 1597, 98, or 99, when the whole royal family was living in the city of Lahore. And uh, from then on, there were many stories associated to it. Initially, when I started doing my research, I did not believe in that. And always thought that this cannot be a real character, and Anarkali is just a myth. And one of the reasons was the first contradiction of William Finch's statement came when he said that this is the wife and the mother of Prince Daniel. Interestingly, Prince Daniel's mother's name was Daulat Shah, and Prince Daniel was born on 11th September 1572. And in 1590s, his mother was must have been at least in her late 40s or 50s. So the king and the son fighting over a woman who is in her middle ages, that does not seem very plausible. As I said before, that I did not believe in those theories at all and in the existence of anarchy. And then when I started doing my research, I came across some very interesting evidence that made me rethink of my notion, and I had reasons to believe that yes, there is quite a fair possibility that there was a woman by the name of Anarkali. But I will be talking about all those evidences in my next episode of the Untold Stories of Harem.